Hi everybody, welcome to week 4 or video 4 of this series of videos on mindfulness and how to bring mindfulness into your life for peak performance in triathlon. My name is Ellen and thank you so much for looking at all the other videos if you have done before. I've really enjoyed making them. This week I wanted to talk to you about two things, about the breath, and I wanted to also talk to you about some mindfulness race day tips that you can use for the big day on Sunday as it approaches. And the first thing about breath, we've talked over the past number of videos about mindfulness being the practice of coming to the present moment with full acceptance and non-judgment, and that how we practice mindfulness is through coming to our breath and our senses. So why do we use our breath in mindfulness? What's the breath all about? Well, obviously without your breath you wouldn't be here. But also you take 20,000 breaths every single day. And your breath links you to this present moment. But it also gives you some really, really good information about your physical, mental and your emotional state. So for example, if your breath is really shallow and really panicked, your mind is going to be very panicked. If your breath is really deep and really calm, your mind is going to be very calm. Think about it. Think about maybe the last time you had a nice massage or you're away on a relaxing holiday and you were lovely and calm and your breath might have been very gentle and very open. You might have been aware of that, but you were in a calm state. Was it easy for you to become stressed about something? It probably wasn't. But then conversely, think about maybe the last triathlon that you entered. Maybe as you were entering the water and your breath started speeding up while your mind started racing again. So this gives us a really good kind of tip for race day, is that change your breathing. If you start panicking, if you start getting worried, just changing your breath in some small way. Now you don't have to go from being really panicked to suddenly being very long and very gentle like a baby breathing. That's not going to happen very quickly, but changing it in some way, just opening it up a little bit, making it just a fraction of a second longer, wider or deeper will help to bring your physical state down into a more calmer state, which will then bring your mind down into a more calmer state as well. So that's why we practice using our breath, because it links us not only to the present moment, but it also helps to bring down our stress levels, to bring down that cortisol level, which is that stress hormone in our brain, to help to tell the body to come off that state of high alert and to come into a state of peace and calm and also strength. So we need that obviously for our race day. So that's why we use our breath, and that's why I'm saying to you to work with it in the days and the weeks coming up to the triathlon itself, and that's why we've been focusing on it on the last number of weeks. So other race day tips. We've talked in week 2 about neuroplasticity and the fact that the brain can change shape, and we worked with creating a new belief for yourself, something that you admire in somebody else, something that you would like to believe yourself. Well, perhaps for race day you could write that down maybe on a sticker and have it on your handlebars in your bike, or maybe have it in your little transition area or in your water bottle, somewhere that you're going to see that you can be reminded of it. Because I know myself from the days when I used to do triathlon, there's a lot of time there, especially if you're doing an Olympic. There's a lot of opportunities for your mind to go wandering and for you to go into that state of panic, or for wishing to be over, especially in my case, or for other negative beliefs or thoughts coming into the frame as well. So you can use your affirmation in that way, that new belief that you've been working on creating over the past couple of weeks. But what you can also use are things like mantras. And mantras are probably shorter, punchier, self-limiting beliefs, but just little words that you can use and you can recite. And you can have different ones for the swim, the bike and the run, or you can have one for all of them. Some suggestions that I've done a bit of research on this, and some suggestions from other athletes. Chrissy Wellington used to use smile. Just simple smile. No matter how she was feeling, she'd make herself smile. You know, that lifts your state, lifts your body and changes your mental state. Another adventure racer used to use dig deep and would have that on her handlebars, and that as her mantra. Another one that I loved was, I got this. Very simple, very easy. It really kind of stirs that sense of, you know, I've done all the training, all the hard work is done, I got this. Another guy used to use breathe, believe and battle. Nice one for all those competitive people out there. Breathe, believe and battle. Or another one I like as well, keep calm and carry on. Or you can create your own or have a look on Google. There's a host of mantras out there that you can use. Something that you really connect with, not something that you feel that you should be saying to yourself, but something that you're like, oh yeah, that'll really, really help me on that day. So select a few mantras for yourself. As I said, you can have different ones for different disciplines, or you can have the same one for the whole thing. And just keep repeating it, especially when your mind starts going off on that tangent and that panic and that worry and that stress. It'll help to bring you back, help to center you. The other things that we've been practicing over the last number of weeks through the informal practice that I've been suggesting, bring them into your race day as well. So if you find, I know a lot of people say to me about the swim, they panic an awful lot on the swim. Again, that's when our breathing gets really, really tight, especially with those wetsuits, and we've a tendency to panic. So what you can do for the swim is just, again, change your breathing. Use a mantra. What I find is great is 1, 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3, breathe. Or 1, 2, breathe, whatever is your stroke rate. Use that, count. Give your mind something to do, other than, because if there's nothing to do, it might start going off in panic. Give it something to do. Use a mantra, use the counting, use something. Come back to the feeling, the senses. Remember I said pause, notice, breathe? Well, you don't particularly want to pause in a race unless you want to, and that's okay too. But come to notice, what do I feel? What do I sense? What's going on me? What do I see in the water? And if you want, stop. If you find that you're panicking, don't make yourself keep going. Stop, pull yourself off to the side. Notice where the kayaks are. They've got you, they're keeping an eye on everybody. You're absolutely safe. Come back and then take yourself aside and then notice, what's the feel of the water? What is the temperature? What are the sensations in this present moment? And you will find that those stress levels will start to come down. You'll start to be able to talk yourself out of it. And before you know it, the swim will be over. So tuning into your breath, having the mantras, having that affirmation, that self-fulfilling belief that I was talking about before, having those around you on the day, but then also bringing those present moment awareness. Perhaps I mentioned last week about using the auto lap in your Garmin. Maybe set that to every kilometre on the bike, and then when you hear that, oh, that's my cue, right, where's my form? Do I need some water? Do I need a gel? Do I need to take something? Do I need to reset something? What do I need to do? Bring my attention into the present moment. Keep repeating that over and over, because the tendency of the mind is to wander, and you will keep wandering, and that's just what the mind does. That's absolutely fine. You just keep bringing it back in to the moment. And you could have that auto lap going for the run as well, or you could have it maybe every 500 meters, tuning in. What's my form like? What do I need in this kilometre? But most of all, really, what I would say to you is release expectations. Take the pressure off. Give yourself permission to enjoy the race. Too often we go in feeling that we have to beat times, we have to beat a certain person, or we have to get X, Y, and Z right. But often those expectations actually end up meaning that we self-sabotage in some way, or we're so laden down with that pressure and expectation we don't perform as well as we would want to. And I often find with people, when they release the pressure and the expectation on themselves and they realign to something that's just a lot easier, it doesn't feel like such a weight in their shoulders, they often do an awful lot better than they even could have imagined. So use those tips that I've given to you over the past 4 weeks, or the past 4 videos, and the other tips that I've just mentioned. Decide to enjoy it. Smile, and when you're finished, celebrate. You've just achieved something pretty amazing, so well done. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. My name is Ellen. I have a website there if you ever want to get in touch. But yeah, I hope it helps. Thank you.